Happy almost Friday, everybody. We are so happy you're here with us today, and we are your hosts of Coast Life. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo, and because we are getting closer to Friday, there's some stuff going on around town this weekend. If you want to join us for Draper Media's Shore Living Expo, that's going to be happening at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center this Saturday. It is a free event to attend. There's going to be a lot going on, and we will get to that a little bit more later on in the show today.
Definitely. Keep an ear out and an eye out for that, though, because like Leah said, that event has a lot to do. And you said it's free, Leah?
I did say that. I think it's free to get in.
I love free things.
We love free things.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's, like I said, we're going to give you some more details on that later in the show. But to kind of kick things off, maybe you're looking for a new gig, you want to go travel a little bit and get paid to do so. Well, you can, because Las Vegas is looking for a new margarita tester.
I mean, come on.
$4,000.
Come on. And you just get to taste margaritas and go to Vegas?
Yeah, you get to go to Vegas, taste margaritas. I think they're really only paying you for the margarita experience, so you're going to go through that $4,000 pretty quick in Vegas.
That's okay.
If you plan on doing anything else while you're there. But I think you have to apply by October 1st.
Okay.
So you got some time to work on that application. Not a lot of time, though.
What do you think the application asks?
I think you have to be, obviously, 21,
right?
At least.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you can't have any, like, restrictions on or like inability to drink alcohol. So like if you're taking a medication that doesn't mix with it. So I think there's only a couple of like restrictions, but otherwise I don't know what kind of experience you need to be the official margarita taste tester.
Can't be super lightweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, here's some girl math for you, though, is if you're spending that money on, let's say, the hotel, the flight, and the margarita, it's basically just a free trip to Vegas with free margaritas.
Pretty much,
Girl math, yeah.
Pretty much that's what that is. Yeah.
All right, I'll still apply.
Yeah, pretty good. You're applying. I don't know that I could do that much tequila. I don't know how many margaritas
you're
drinking.
That's true, too.
Tequila and I do not always agree.
Yeah. Do you get snacks? Is it gold or is it silver? That means a lot to me.
I imagine you're going to be trying all those things.
Okay. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Something else that we wanted to talk about that's kind of interesting, because I feel like lately we've sort of heard that like, oh, millennials aren't having kids, the population is declining for like the first time ever in a very long time. But it seems though that at least Gen Z and maybe sort of the younger end of millennials too are experiencing FOMO when it comes to having kids. FOMO being the fear of missing out. So they're having kids just because like they are hearing it from their friends or they're seeing it on social media, and so they're like, oh, I want babies.
Yeah, that's tough. I get it. I think we all, especially women, have felt that pressure of getting married and having kids, whether you like always wanted to have kids or not, whether you always wanted to get married or not, it can sometimes feed into you. And I think, yeah, social media gives into that, but also your friends do too. I can understand why if all your friends have kids and maybe they can't meet up anymore, you might consider having them, but you guys just, I don't know, there's no timeline on anything. There's no rules to life.
Yeah, well, and it's the kind of thing that like you need to seriously consider kids. Like if that's something that you know you want, you probably want to really plan on that. And if you're not sure, like for me personally, never been sure. So as long as I'm not sure, the answer is no.
I love that. And that makes sense. And you and I actually talk about this a lot because I'm like all for it, yes, but I have a lot of friends who it's just not for them. And I am seeing a lot of my friends now feel that pressure of like, oh, everyone around me is getting married, everyone around me is having kids. And that's like the one thing that you can't go back on, you know?
Pretty much.
Once you have them, you have them.
It is a lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, how many times do we still call our parents for dinner? You show up at your parents' house, you're taking toilet paper home with you, you're you're going shopping at your parents' house. Like you are taking care of your kids. It is a lifetime commitment because I'm 30 and I still go shopping at my parents' house for free stuff.
Yeah, I think it can be hard, and that's why I'm understanding of this feeling. So just take a step and think. And I think something too is you see on social media a lot of people talking about the baby fever that they're getting because they see a cute kid on social media and they're dressed like their mom and they're twinning, and so people are like, oh well, now I want a kid. That is not what being a parent is.
Right.
It is not just matching outfits with your kids and taking cute photos. You got to be prepared.
Yeah, they're not accessories.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where, like, if you want to have a kid because you're seeing it on social media and you are seeing them portrayed as an accessory on social media, like that you might want to wait a little, take a step back.
Yeah, this isn't us judging you. This is us here for you. And we just don't want anyone to feel like they're pressured to do anything that they're not ready to do. There are no rules.
Yeah, because I feel like, weddings and babies are like the worst time to ever feel that kind of pressure, because I feel like that's where suddenly some aunt that you've never heard of comes out of the woodwork and they're like, when are you having babies? And you're like, I just got here. I don't know.
Can I have a minute?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah. And they'll judge everything. So we're just trying to take judgment off the table, actually.
Yes. We would never judge you.
No,
Unless
never.
it's our Spill the Tea segment.
That is where we judge. And we will also be getting into that later on today, too. But kind of one more thing before we dive into the show today, and especially because my man has a birthday coming up.
Yay!
And I really don't know what to get him. And a lot of times, like, he'll get me flowers, and we do chocolates and all that. But so, like, what's the man equivalent to flowers? Like, what's the thing that you can just kind of spur of the moment get him? Like, oh, I was thinking of you. Like, here you go.
This is hard. This is hard. So this is the thing, is you and I were looking at some options earlier, and this is just such a funny man response. Again, love you, not judging you. But a lot of the response was like, oh, get him a gun. Get him
There were some
ammo.
responses like that on social, yeah.
So a $20 bouquet of flowers versus a $2,000 gun, that is not the equivalent. I'm so sorry to break it to you. I actually asked this recently. I wanted to get my fiance something, and my friend was like, do like his favorite bottle of whiskey or his favorite 6-pack of beer. I think alcohol can sometimes be a good one.
Yeah, I think so. I saw bacon was another option, but like he's not
a bacon
he's not
guy.
a bacon guy, not a drinker. So I'm like, I don't know. So help me out.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because I think a lot of times we think alcohol and food for guys, but if it doesn't really
food we could do. I guess I'll just have to sit and think about what would be a good
a baked
surprise.
good.
Yeah,
right.
He does like baked goods. That's
Okay.
true. I unfortunately am not a baker.
Oh, you got it, girl. Yeah, honestly, this is like a truthful thing. Email us, especially if you're a man.
Like, please help me.
What is the equivalent to flowers for men? What can we just randomly surprise you with?
Yeah, we want to know.
Yes, because we're not men. But we love you.
We also don't want any surprises on Coast Life today, but we got a great show for you. Maya Henry is going to tell us a little bit more about what's going on today's show.
Coming up next, gear up for Eagles Landing Golf Course in Berlin. Bring some spice to your Thursday as we spill the hottest tea. And add some life to your family game night with games from the Kids Ketch. All that and more when Coast Life gets back.
Coast Life is brought to you by BB Healthcare, Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, Preston Automotive Group, Shell Brothers, and the Parker Group.
Leah, do you golf at all?
Me, I'm more of a mini golf kind of girl, but I know that there's lots of golfers on Delmarva.
Yes, you're already on the right track. I started with mini golf. I'm trying the driving range thing out right now. We haven't made it to 18 holes yet, though.
Okay, well,
there.
it's a long day.
Yeah, it is. But it's a fun day as well.
Yes, and if you are looking to get into golf yourself, our field correspondent Maya Henry is in Ocean City checking out Eagles Landing.
A golf course surrounded by wildlife and fascinating views of the Cinepluxin Bay and Assateague Island is none other than Eagles Landing in Berlin. Golf professional Bob Kroll encourages golfers of all levels to come out and participate in the sport.
Anybody's welcome to come. We're open to the public. So when I say playable to all levels is we have 5 sets of tees or starting points that make the course play different lengths or different distances. Obviously the longest distance is more challenging than a shorter distance. So we have tees set as close as 4,900 yards and as long as 7,000 yards.
As you enjoy practicing and improving your skills, you can't miss the picturesque views on and off the course.
Very scenic, let's say, with the wildlife and everything. And when you get onto some of the holes across the road from here, which is basically our holes 7 through 18, there's lots of views of the Cinepluxin Bay. You can see Assateague Island. It's really beautiful over there because it's the kind of scenery people come to this area for. It's the coastal kind of the thing that you don't see everywhere else. The ocean's probably a quarter mile from here.
For those who enjoy being surrounded by nature, Eagles Landing is maintained to promote wildlife that resides in the area.
That's one of the great things that people will experience when they're here because they are right in the middle of nature. And we maintain the course in a way to help promote, the habitat of the local wildlife, so a lot of it kind of hangs in this area.
For players who desire more of a challenge, the course saves the best for last, as their signature 18th hole, also known as the Beast of the East, will test your golfing skills.
A lot of people talk about it when they're done because it's not an easy hole, hence the name Beast, But it's out there in the marshlands, completely surrounded by marsh. So if you're off the fairway by a little bit, your ball is basically lost. So that makes that whole play much more challenging. Those golfers who are watching this understand, and many of them have probably played it, and they might have another name for it.
Locals are in for a special treat, as the golf course has a program exclusively for local residents.
You know, the 4 surrounding counties, which would include Sussex County and Delaware, and the 3 lower shore counties in Maryland. If you're a resident, full-time resident, you qualify to get discounted rates. And it's not just the rate, it's also a rewards program. So you can sign, you know, locals can come in, get one of our rewards cards, show it when they play, and receive rewards points, not just a discount, and they can earn free golf, basically.
Known as Ocean City's golf destination, Bob tells us the perfect times of the year to plan your next golf experience.
Basically runs about in the middle of March, it kind of starts ramping up, and it'll go all the way until about the middle of November. Not to say visitors don't come at other times, but that is the time of year where the courses are pretty busy all the time.
Children can also participate in the fun with the course's junior golf camps.
Through the Recreation and Parks Department, we do a spring golf clinic, and we run 2 junior golf camps. And those are 4-day camps, and we have 1 week at the end of June, and then 1 week around the middle of July.
If you're interested in making Eagles Landing your next golf destination, Bob says the best way to guarantee a spot on the course is through their tee times.
The reason we do that, the reason we make tee times, because it is very busy out here. This time of year especially, I would say April through October is our peak season. To call ahead to make a reservation or go on our website to book a tee time, you can do either one, the same availability either way, because that'll guarantee you to have a spot to start.
Discover Eagles Landing for your next round of golf, a pure golf experience.
And just don't forget that no matter how old you are, you can get some lessons, but they have youth programs as well. So if
How cool is that?
kiddos want to start off, pretty young, and you just want to skip mini golf and get them right into it, you can do that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, we still have a lot coming up next on Coast Life. We are spilling the tea. I know you're excited. So are we, so stick around.
This segment of Coast Life was brought to you by Ocean City Tourism.
Okay, you guys, I wish you could smell this. I'm just gonna,
I know.
Leah, this is no joke.
Fall in a glass.
I want my whole house to smell like this.
I know.
All right, I'll get you in on the secret. This is Cider House Blend Herbal Tea. This is from the Spice and Tea Exchange. I'm gonna read it one more time so you go get this. Cider House Blend Herbal Tea from Spice and Tea Exchange. Okay? I haven't even tasted it yet. This smells delicious.
It smells amazing, yes, and you do. You could just simmer that all day.
All day.
And your house would smell fantastic.
Exactly. Hey, why are we brewing tea today, Leah?
Oh, because it's time to spill the tea, both literal and figurative. This is where you send us your drama. We share it and kind of work through it all together, anonymously, of course.
Of course, with our friends at the Spice and Tea Exchange, we couldn't do it without them.
Could not do it without them. They're right there in Rehoboth Beach.
That's right. Thank you, Leah. All right, I'm going to start to spill this.
All
You
right.
spill that.
Okay, here we go. My son is a 6th grader, and his math teacher uses a lot of videos. They did a class project on geometry where the groups of students did shorts on geometry, and they watched it, and the teacher posted it on the school website and also on his TikTok. This parent says they understand social media is popular with kids. It's not going anywhere, so you got to adapt. But at the same time, moderate, like junk food.
Sure.
This parent says, after wrestling with it, I spoke to my son and said, I'm fine with you being in a class video, but I'm not okay with you being on Mr. J's personal TikTok page without my permission. My son said that he told Mr. J it was okay, and it made this parent laugh. They said, I said, you can't even be trusted to shower every day, let alone decide when you can appear on someone's TikTok page.
Fair.
I'm sure a lot of parents can relate to that. So this parent says they sent an email to Mr. J telling him what I thought and their stance on this, saying, it's okay for their kid to participate in videos, but not for them to be posted on TikTok. So this, I get it. This is a pretty complicated scenario, I guess, where I can see as social media becomes more and more popular, and a lot of teachers do use it. I mean, I watch a lot of the content that teachers post. Usually it's with each other. Not so much with the students, but occasionally you see, student-driven or student-focused content.
That's right. And I think it's rare, too, that we have a parent versus a kid.
Yeah.
You know, but I do like this because I'm going to side wholeheartedly with the parent on this one. But before I get into all that, let's try this tea.
Yes.
I've been dying. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you are more of an apple cider person as opposed to a pumpkin spice person, this is the tea for you.
This is good. If you like both, this does have apple in it. What else does it have in
does,
here?
yeah.
Cinnamon. Ooh, okay.
Hibiscus, I think.
Orange. There's a lot in here. Okay.
Yeah.
This will help us get through this today.
Yeah.
So I agree with the parent 100%. And I say this as someone who, when I was younger, I wanted social media so bad. I was so mad my parents wouldn't let me have Facebook back in the day because, you know, that was the big thing back in the day. And I'm so happy my mom didn't let me. I know I would have posted cringe things that I thought were funny as a 6th grader.
Yeah.
And they're just not. So I also know so many parents who maybe they have some sort of like, I don't know what the word would be, like a high profile job or like maybe a government job or something, just something where you don't want your kids in the public eye. Maybe you're in law enforcement. Parents tend to know better on why their kids shouldn't be posted.
Yeah, and I don't think there should be too much pushback from a teacher if that's the case. I mean, I remember when I was a babysitter all the time, and like the kids that I was watching, like they did know more like what TikTok was and all this sort of social media pop culture things, and they were, you know, they'd want to be like, oh, let's make a video, like you have TikTok, and I'd be like, yeah, but I don't want you guys in it. Like I just, like that's something we would have to talk to your parents about, and just like, I could see maybe if the teacher's account was private, but I think that's also part of the parent's concern is that they don't know what the teacher is necessarily using the videos for on their own personal time. Probably nothing.
Right. But you just don't know nowadays.
But you just don't know.
It's tricky. And middle school, like high school, I think is a little bit different. If my 17-year-old, you know, that's a little bit different. But if I think they said he was in like 6th grade, right?
6th grade, yep.
So how old is that? Is that like 12, 13?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just
like 12.
In my opinion, and again, this is coming from two people who are not parents, but we have been teenagers. And
yes, in the height of social media.
Yes, and we know that we can be wrong about things when we're younger. So yeah, I'm with the mom on this, and yeah, hopefully the teacher doesn't give any pushback. I don't think teachers should be posting their kids really ever. I mean, think of even like, I'm sure this isn't the case, but you have a kid in foster care or a kid where the parents are going through a custody battle. It's just sometimes nice to just keep them out
and
of
just
that.
like the parent said too, I mean, it's fine for the kid to participate in class videos, to show the class, share with the class, but it stays in the classroom. And I think that's, honestly, we both really liked this tea today because I think it is something that a lot of parents can relate to, and maybe even just kind of open your eyes to, and you know, ask your kids about things in school, what they're doing in school, just to always be aware of what's going on in the classroom.
Yeah, we're big supporters of independence and all of that, but yeah, as a young kid, I agree you can't give your consent at that age.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
All right, you go, Mom.
Yep, and that's today's tea.
That's
we spilled it.
Yes, that's right.
Both the literal tea and the literal tea from our friends at Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach, and of course the figurative tea as well, which you can always send us team@coastlife.com.
That's right. I think we're gonna finish this.
Yes.
So cozy and warm. We'll be right back though with more Coast Life.
Spill the Tea was brought to you by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth.
All right, you guys, at the beginning of the show, Leah and I were talking about a really fun and special event that Draper Media hosts each year. So we told you we'd get into it a little more coming up. Now is that time. That is why right now we have Steph McVeigh, the events director, with us. Steph, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, so she is going to answer all of our questions. We are talking the Shore Living Expo. It is this Saturday. Steph, there's a lot of shopping, a lot to see. What are people going to see when they walk into those doors?
Well, we like to refer to it as celebrating health, wealth, and home. So we've got everything, well, as far as going with the health, we've got primary care, we have audiology, we have just wellness in general, and home health care.
Okay.
And then under the wealth, we'll be doing a seminar on stocks and bonds.
Ooh,
which
helpful.
is very helpful.
Yeah.
And then as far as home, oh my gosh, everything inside and outside of your home, you name it. Beautiful crafts, accessories for your home, furniture, bathroom remodels, crawl space, get rid of all those issues.
Yeah.
So health, wealth, and home, but we also have RVs, just beautiful, beautiful artistry, crafts, that kind of thing.
Amazing. So you can do a lot of shopping, but you can also just learn a lot for yourself, your family, your house.
Absolutely.
That's so exciting. And there's a lot to do, though, not just kind of walking around and shopping and talking to the vendors. I heard there's going to be some demonstrations.
Yeah, we'll have some interviews and demonstrations going on throughout the day, pretty much every half hour. The Humane Society will be there with some pet adoptions. And so, yeah, then we'll be doing, our sponsors are Pohanka and Spicer Brothers.
Okay.
And Pohanka's going to be doing some information on car maintenance. And
Great.
so, yeah, we've got some great, Smaller Living is a company that helps you downsize.
Ooh, need that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so that's pretty much what everybody does now. And there are furniture items that can help you space save, and just like a lot of great ideas to try to
Yeah, it sounds
reduce.
it sounds like you might not really know what you need until you get to Shore Living Expo. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
It's very fair.
So why is this such a great event for families especially, but just people in general on Delmarva? Why would you say this is so beneficial?
Well, first of all, it's a nice indoor thing to do
True.
on Saturday, especially if you have some wacky weather going on. But we started doing this for the community because we want to be able to give back, and it's most of our clients that want to be able to extend their showroom for the day.
So Steph, tell us just why this is so beneficial and what this means to the community, this event.
Oh, well, Draper Media put this together years ago to give back to the community and have everything in one place. A lot of our clients, our regular clients, will be there because we want to make it easy for everybody. So you can take care of it all in one spot.
You know, Steph, I've went in years past. I went when it was at a different location. So maybe if people have been in the past, just kind of remind us really quick where this event is, and a little reminder before she does that, it's free. So
Yeah.
where is this free event, Steph?
Absolutely, it's free. We want everybody to come out,
Yeah.
enjoy the day. It's at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury, 10 to 4 on Saturday.
Great. Can you kind of come and go if you want to go and then go get your husband and come back? You can do that?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Show your husband
Or
all
you
the way
can drag
here.
him in there and have him
Yeah.
stay for all of the seminars. It's great.
I love that. Just keep his credit card.
Yeah.
Great. All right, so don't forget Shore Living Expo this Saturday, 10 to 4. I'm going to remind you one more time, Wicomico Youth and Civic Center. I hope you got that all down. If you didn't, that's okay. Just go to WRDE.com. You can find a lot of information there as well. Steph, thank you so much for being here and telling us.
Absolutely. We'll see you all there.
Yes, we definitely will. And we will see you in just a minute because more Coast Life is heading in.
You're watching Coast Life, and you know we love to have fun on the Coast Life couch. That's why joining us today is Lori Smith with Kids Ketch and Tide Pool Toys. Welcome back. You've been here a couple of times now.
I know. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we love playing our family game night. We know you brought some games in, but before we even get to that, you guys have a lot going on at Kids Ketch and Tide Pool Toys. So tell us about some of the events that are maybe coming up that people should mark on their calendars.
Sure. We're excited that we're having our annual sidewalk sale coming up, and that'll be in all of our stores. But in Lewis, it's the merchants. All the merchants in downtown participate. It is October 6th through the 8th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And you can get lots of neat finds there, making room for some of the new toys that are coming in for the season. And then the weekend following that, on October 14th, that Saturday, we're going to be celebrating our Briar Day. We love to carry our Briar horses. And that particular day, we're going to have little miniature horses for the kids to come and paint their own horse. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Can we come and paint our
Right.
horse? Like, do we have to be little kids?
Yes, definitely. We'll save one for you.
Perfect. That sounds really fun. But you brought in another couple of games for us. What are we going to be playing first?
Okay, so this game is called Tenzi. It's one of my favorite games to play just because it's very fast, exciting. You never know who's going to win until the very end. And it's pretty simple. So we're all going to have our 10 dice.
Okay.
Okay, hence the name Tenzi.
Got it.
So we're going to roll the dice, and you're going to see which quantity you have the most dice showing. So, for instance, with me, I see some 2s here, and whichever one you have the most, you put in a separate pile, and then we're going to take the remainder.
What if you have a tie?
Yeah, but you can choose.
Okay. We're going 6.
So you roll the rest, and then as you add to your pile. You just slide them over, and you want to be the first one to get all dice showing the number that you picked, okay?
Oh, okay.
And then when you have 10, all the same, you shout Tenzi.
Oh, fun.
You don't win until you shout Tenzi.
Okay.
Should we try it out?
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
I imagine this game gets a little loud.
I'm sure
Yes,
that.
yes, and it's true. Don't give up because you may have a dry spout, where you don't get anything,
gotta keep going.
or you may like roll a bunch at one time.
All right.
So here we go. Ready,
Okay, yep.
set, go.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did a good job.
All right. Going with 2s.
I have 5s.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no!
I'm feeling lucky.
Check out my competition.
You got to play the lottery then if you're feeling lucky.
I have a feeling it's going to be the last 2 that get me.
All right, I'm down
It's
to
going to
2.
catch up. Oh no.
What's it gonna be?
Oh no! I'm stressing. I'm stressing.
No. Oh, one more.
That's so fun. Oh my gosh, that's intense.
It's a lot of fun, especially when you get more people playing, and also like younger kids can play it too. I know I can't even beat my daughter; she's so good at it. But and younger, like even smaller kids, if they they can learn to count the different dots on there, and you can play it at a slower pace with them.
It also it's cute too, and it comes in different colors.
So you can. This is the tropical
Cute.
snazzy set, and this one would allow 4 different players to play.
Okay.
Or you can go with the party pack that
Fun.
has more players. They make some additional games. This company's called Karma Games, and that's Pearsy's one of their extra games. Tenzi, you can also vary it. So there's this comes with it, and it shows at least like 50 different ways you can play it. You can do 2 different numbers where you try to get 2. You can try to stack them, whoever has all of them stacked first. So it really is like a game you can just always have fun with, change up, and play with whoever wants to come and have some fun.
That was really fun. I think the whole time I kind of forgot we were like shooting.
I know, right? Like, so focused, and I'm like, choose.
And you guys
did
over
great. Yeah, you
getting
did
into
great.
it. You always
That was
bring the best
close.
games. That was close.
That was close.
Yeah, that got competitive.
And I was gonna forget to shout too.
I know, you gotta
we
shout
have
it
another
out.
competitive game to get to today as well.
Yes, so we're gonna get to that. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, Coast Life, we are still having fun. Family game night is not over. Lauren Smith is still here. And we're playing a second game this time. What are we just finished up Tenzi. What are we playing now?
This game is called Disc Dash, and I'm going to have you guys play against each other this time. And it's by Schilling, another great company. It is another exciting, like fast-paced game, but it's more like hand-eye coordination. So you're going to take your disc, and there's a rubber band on the board, and you try to get it through the hole. Now, if you do it too hard, it might bounce back.
True.
So,
Okay.
yes, you have to do it just the right amount while your opponent is also doing the same thing. So they might block you.
Gotcha.
Okay, so and whoever gets all of their discs on the other side first wins.
All right.
You don't have to shout anything. Let's
Okay.
get them all.
We did a little switcheroo on the couch.
We did,
there.
yes. We had to position ourselves so we could play.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, hair's got to go over the shoulder.
All right. How many pieces?
I'll tell
8?
you when to go.
All right.
6,
So
7, 8.
everybody should have 8.
I think I have 9.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, we want to have fair game here.
Let's go.
Okay.
I'm putting my hair back. Okay.
All right, you
Yeah.
guys ready?
Yep.
Ready.
Set, go.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my God! I found my. You're good at this.
Oh, you got it.
I haven't gotten one in. There we go.
Yay.
That one came right back.
Leah, you're good.
Calm and steady over here.
Maybe that is it. I'm
Get out of here.
Okay, this is embarrassing. Oh, okay. I'm making my
Coming back.
Getting it now.
Oh, get out.
Oh, wow. Gotta come back here.
They keep hitting each other.
Good job.
Ow!
I know, that doesn't seem fair.
Okay. Here's the line up the way. Oh, shoot, Leah.
Oh no.
This is so embarrassing.
I know, I'm trying.
Whatever, I lost 10 every time we played. That's fun. I like this one.
It is fun. Lots of action. Another one that like all ages can play, and it makes like a nice little coffee table.
It does. Yeah, that's fun. I think we might need Coast Life tournament for disc dash.
I would put this on my coffee table, and we would just get in fights every day. Yes, the competition. This is awesome.
I'm glad you like
So where can people, because we just played 2 amazingly fun games, where can people get a hold of these games if they are looking to bring them to their own family game night?
Sure. So you can come down to Kids Ketch right in downtown Lewis on 2nd Street, and we're open every day there. We have 3 other stores called Tide Pool Toys and Games. One in the Rehoboth Muse alleyway. That one is in downtown Rehoboth. We have on our Bethany Beach Boardwalk in Bethany. That's our original store, Tide Pool Toys and Games. And then in Fenwick, it's on Coastal Highway, 100 Coastal Highway. We also have another store there. But yeah, you can come on down. We've got more than just games. We've got crafts. We've got science kits, dress up. This time of year, you can find some little Halloween costumes. So we're also having story time. So in our Kids Ketch store, we have story time on Mondays at 11. And then in our Bethany store, we have it on Fridays at 11. So that's a lot of fun for the toddlers. And we're also getting ready to kick off the holiday season on November 11th, when we have it's called our Neighborhood Toy Store Day, and we just really celebrate the joy of play that day, and all the best toys that have been voted as best toys by other toy store owners. So we'll celebrate that, and then the biggest benefit of all that day is we donate 20% of our sales to Toys for Tots.
That's
So
awesome.
keep an eye on Facebook or in the local papers, and we'll be advertising that. You can always check on Facebook or our website, and we put all the information out there.
Okay,
Fantastic.
A lot going on.
Yes.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. Lots of great toys and games. Like we said, Lori, thank you so much for coming in and having some fun with us. It gets our blood going.
It's good to see you all again.
Smiles on all of our faces.
Always so fun.
But don't go anywhere, because we do have some more Coast Life coming your way.
You are watching Coast Life, and I have one of my favorite people with Coast TV News here with me today, Alex Seymour, First Alert meteorologist, Alex Seymour. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here on the show for the first time.
Yes, first I'm having Alex on Coast Life, and as you can see, we are in front of our green screen. This is kind of Alex's home. You're going to see how the green screen transforms in just a minute. I also want to just introduce you to Alex really quick. So Alex, just real quick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so a little bit about me. Well, I've been here on Delmarva my whole life. I was born and raised here, so Sussex County is where I'm from. I recently just had my first son. He's about to be 7 months old next week, so he's getting big. So that's kind of taken over the life over the last half a year.
I bet. And today's National Sons Day.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Sons Day. I did know that. I already posted on Instagram. So.
Something else you might not know about Alex, though, is he's very tall. I'm actually on a platform right now, and he is not. So that's just trying to get eye level with Alex here. But he's not this short, nor am I that tall. But we have Alex on today because we're talking about something that's happening tonight, the Harvest Moon. You may have heard of it. So Alex, you have some cool graphics to show us and all. First, tell us, what's the Harvest Moon?
So what the Harvest Moon is, well, pretty much every month has a name for the full moon. This month, it just happens to be the Harvest Moon. The main reason for that, well, it's because it's the month that the farmers begin to harvest their crops. So that's the reason that we get the name Harvest Moon. September is the Harvest Moon, and each month, as you can see off to the side, actually gets a different name. So next month's moon, full moon, is called a Hunter's Moon. So a different name for each month.
A Hunter's Moon?
Yes.
I never knew there was a month.
Yeah, it's during the heart of hunting season, so that's what it gets named for.
That is so funny. Now, if you got really excited for the Harvest Moon, we're not going to see the best view of it tonight, though, Alex. Why is that?
Yeah, certainly not going to get the best view of it. The reason for that, it's clouds. Kind of what we've been seeing the last week, that's going to be taking over tonight, and we can see just that on our Futurecast. This is 5 a.m. That's when the peak of the Harvest Moon is. rain moving in, and unfortunately it's looking pretty dreary. Even tomorrow night, when maybe you could get another view of it, it's still going to be cloudy, still going to be rainy.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's okay because the sun's coming out on Saturday.
Yeah, sun's coming out on Saturday. Weekend looks great.
The weekend looks great. Okay, well, I know we've been dealing with that. You and I were talking just this morning on Coast TV News about the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, certainly. The light's at the end of the tunnel, and next week looks beautiful. The weekend looks beautiful. So finally, we'll finally get some of this nasty weather out of here.
Definitely. So would it be safe to say we have to wait till October next year, or this time next year to see the harvest moon?
Yeah, have to wait for next year. But the good news is we get a full moon every month.
That's true.
So.
And we get, a new moon every month. That's great. Okay, perfect. Hey, really quick, just while I have you too, Alex, you and I were talking off camera. I know it's October soon. The winter, we're getting into the winter already. It's looking a little frightening. Is that okay to say?
Yeah, okay. You could say that. It's not going to be completely accurate, but we do have an El Nino winter. So typically what that means is we're going to get a storm track coming up the coast. So that typically leads to big storms. And if we get that cold air in here, my favorite kind of weather, we might start to see in the snowstorms.
So we're going to start prepping for snowstorms now. I'm going to make sure my tires are good because I don't want to get caught in any of those snowstorms. Awesome, Alex. Well, maybe just try to look in. If there's a small break in the clouds, you'll see that harvest moon today. Otherwise, we'll look forward to the hunter's moon. Something else you can look forward to, though, is you guys have met First Alert meteorologist Jeanette Gallardo on Coast Life before, and she has something coming up on Coast TV News at 5, talking about coastal flooding. Really quick, the moon, coastal flooding, those kind of go hand in hand?
Yeah, they do go hand in hand just a little bit because the full moons, so every month, the tides are going to be a little bit higher during that full moon. We have a full moon now, plus this storm, so that's just making the flooding a little bit worse.
So it is what it is. All right, no problem. Well, thank you for explaining all of that for us, Alex. And like I said, you can learn more about that flooding and the moon and all of that tonight on Coast TV News. Jeanette will have that for you then. For right now, though, we'll let you go. More Coast Life's heading your way. Okay, Leah, check this out. Okay, it looks familiar, I'm sure.
Yes.
Because it looks like where Shrek lives. Get out me swamp. I think that's what he says.
That was a good Shrek.
Thank you. And you can stay here too. So what that is the new Shrek Airbnb. And it's in Scotland, so you just have to travel a little bit, and you can live like Shrek.
Yeah, but you can make a whole trip out of Scotland.
Yes,
it's
you could.
beautiful, and I feel like it's uncanny the amount of times Shrek has come up in the last 48 hours for me. My man and I were talking about Shrek for some reason.
I was just talking to you about my Shrek experience too.
Yeah.
Weird.
So we've, the day of Shrekening is upon us.
Ooh, the day of Shrekening. Hey. But yeah, that's a real Airbnb. It even has the earwax candles, which I love. Oh, I love that part of the movie. And it has the cocktail with the eyeball in it. So
cute.
Yeah, real Airbnb. You guys check it out.
Yes, very cute. Very cute.
Love that.
But we've got something a little bit closer to home for you to check out this weekend. Don't forget, the Shore Living Expo is happening at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center this Saturday. Free event, tons of vendors.
So fun.
It's the chance to hang out with your favorites from our sister show, Delmarva Life, Jimmy, Lisa, Katie, they're all going to be there.
Yeah.
Maya and I are going to be there on Saturday afternoon. It's going to be so much fun. We want to see you.
It's going to be a blast. She mentioned free, and it runs from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So you have lots of time to come and go and figure out what you want to get for your home, your significant other, your favorite TV hosts, any gifts. You're picking up, they sell cars.
True, very true.
Yes.
But yeah, it's going to be a great afternoon and just a great community event. So
That's right.
we are looking forward to seeing you there.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, though, our hour is up. Our